This is located in PD 598, Track 3. The proposed use is allowed. It does need to be platted, but I do see you have an S number out there, so that's in process. There's a residential adjacency that's needed. No DIR required. No deed restriction that exists. As far as your off-street parking, you need, it's 1 per 500, so you need a total of 8 spaces. Off-street loading, 1 required. Minimum front yard setback on Wheatland is 25 feet. Minimum front yard setback on all other frontages is 15 feet. Minimum side and rear yard setback is 30 feet where adjacent to or directly across an alley from an R, a D, a TH, CH, MF, and MF2A district. If any of these does not apply, no minimum in all other cases is required. A maximum lot coverage is 80%. Maximum height is 70 feet. Your RPS is 26 feet. Your FAR is 0.05. You do have some compliances with conditions out there. All paved areas, permanent drives, streets, and drainage structures, if any, must be constructed in accordance with standard city specifications and completed to the satisfaction of the Director of the Public Works and Transportation. That's for your paved and sidewalk. That's pretty much it for zoning for PD 598 Track 3 for this location.
Do you have any questions for zoning? Okay, great. So next we're gonna move on to paving and drainage, and we have Tanzim on the line. Good morning, Tanzim.
So for this side, see,
Tanzim, we're having trouble hearing you.
do you hear me now?
Yes, yes, we can hear you now.
Okay. All right. So for paving and drainage requirements, per the plat review comment, you have to submit for full engineering. That has a $1,500 fee. That fee will cover for first 2 review. If there is any additional review required, there will be $500 fee per review. Per the plat conditions, I do not see you have to dedicate any additional right-of-way. Polk Avenue has a 90 feet right-of-way, and looks like the plat submitted, it shows that you have that 90 feet already. There is no requirement for corner plate or any other things per plat. You have to comply with PD. And now for paving, for a commercial development, driveway width minimum is 24 feet, maximum 30 feet, and provide minimum curb return radius of 15 feet. There is a requirement for visibility triangle at the driveways 20 by 20. Make sure you do not put any parking or any obstruction within that visibility triangle. For paving, I also see like you have a shared driveway with next lot. For that, you have to apply for mutual access easement. We will help you go through that during the full engineering review. For the drainage, it is a vacant land. So you have to show us calculation and all information on existing storm system. If the existing storm system does not have capacity to convey 100-year storm, you may need to provide detention. Now I see you have some questions asked about, let me see how far I can answer on that. These questions are for the civil, these questions are kind of mixed, like there are water sanitary sewer questions, the reviewer for water wastewater will come just right after me. They can answer on that. For drainage criteria, we just discussed it. Yes, you can use parking lot for detention up to 6 inch of water depth. For underground detention, you can use HDPE. It doesn't have to be RCP. There are many ready underground detention system. You can use that as long as it can sustain the load above. If you're doing any parking lot above, like the you have to provide shows us manufacturer's warranty that it can sustain that load. Those sort of things. The easement has to be within. The detention has to be within detention easement. But you cannot put any structure above it, but you can put parking or driveways on top of that. A screening wall, that is a zoning question. I do not know for sediment control criteria. We do not apply that, especially this is a very small site. I do not think it will be applicable for your site. Driveway location, you are not near the intersection, so we do not have any restriction. If you change your site plan and using multiple driveways, we have a spacing requirement between the driveways that is minimum 20 feet. Otherwise, if your drive approach measured at property line, if it is 24 to 30 feet, that's good. For fire lane, fire lane reviewer will come later in the meeting, and you can discuss that at that time. When you submit the full engineering, we have now criteria for drainage report, striping plan, and street lighting plan. Make sure to submit those because that will help you go through the pre-screen. I do not have any other comments right now. Of course, there will be more comments during our review. Do you have any specific question? Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much, Tanzim. And next we have water and wastewater, and we have Gordon on the line. Good morning, Gordon.
Good morning. Yeah, this site is pretty good shape for utilities. You have a 16-inch water line, which is the largest water main you can tap on your side of South Polk. I don't know at this point, since fire hasn't come on yet, I don't know if you're going to need to sprinkle. There are 2 fire hydrants within, looks like 400 feet of you on Polk. Once again, you have the 16 on your side. You can make connections to that if you need to sprinkle, or if you just need a domestic and irrigation service, it's not a problem. The only issue you're going to have is that the sanitary sewer line that serves your property, it is standard in size, but it's too far out into Polk. It's 60 feet out into Polk. Polk is a major thoroughfare, so that will require a private development contract to make a connection for sewer to that sewer main. But I don't see any need for any upgrade of utilities. They're all standard in size. They're relatively new. And so anyway, do you have any questions about water and sewer? Again, it looks pretty well set up. Good.
Yes, we have questions. So can you repeat that part about the private development?
Yes, sir. If in Dallas, if you have to go into or cut into a major thoroughfare more than 25 feet, then you're required to get a private development contract. So you'll need to hire an engineer, a civil engineer registered in the state of Texas, to design your sewer connection into Polk. Once the plans are approved, you'll need to hire a private development contractor. And it's the same contractor that can install a service normally. They just have to get a higher amount of bonding and insurance in case they damage something in the major thoroughfare.
Is boring permitted, or?
It could be. I'm not going to tell you you cannot do that. I would just be careful in a major thoroughfare that there may be a lot of stuff in here that we don't know about. So when you start boring, if you hit something, that's why we're going to require more bonding and insurance. If you hit that, your contractor has to fix all that.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, boring would still require a P contract because the sewer you're connecting to is more than 25 feet into a major thoroughfare.
Okay,
Okay.
thank you. Thank you.
Okay. Y'all take care.
Thank you, Gordon. Next, we have fire, and we have Rick in the line. Hi, Rick. Rick, can you hear us? Rick, are you there? Okay, we're gonna move on to building code, and hopefully Rick can connect right after building code. And for building code, we have Buddy. Hi, Buddy.
Good morning. Okay, so this is a pretty easy project for building. I did see you had a couple of questions, but it seems like they all relate to zoning. So I'm going to go over this and defer those. I don't know if the board's still on, but your 2B, I'm going to read you your baseline back. This is information you gave me, plus a little bit more. Your 2B construction type, right now, unless Rick changes something, you're an unsprinkler building. You're going to be an S1 occupancy classification, 3,720 square feet. All that together is pretty good. I mean, everything that you've got works as a non-sprinkler building as far as building code. Nothing with building code will require you to be sprinklered. A couple of things that we will need from you. These are things in the plan review that could hold you up if we don't have them. Is for a garage. We need MSDS sheets with the quantities of any materials that's being stored. Most common is oil, flammable liquids, combustible liquids, anything like that. Per Dallas Building Code Table 3070.1 parentheses 1. And we just need the MSDS sheets and the quantities of those materials. Probably need to get your architect to help you with these. And we need to make sure that those are under the allowed maximum amount. That doesn't throw you into a hazardous material occupancy. Something this small normally doesn't, but we do need that documentation to show that. Storage racks taller than 8 feet require a separate permit. Anything over 6 feet actually requires a separate permit, but anything over 8 feet, we want to see that as far as whether it's high pile storage or not. And that will require engineering as far as how the racks are put together and anchoring. Special inspections is required for all new construction. You should be offered that at intake. If they don't give you a special inspections form to be filled out and returned with your application permit, please ask for one because that will hold you up with building. Now, as far as your questions that you addressed the building, they all actually are zoning questions. You asked about masonry. Is 3-coat cement stucco considered masonry? As far as building, it's not, but you're actually asking this. This is a zoning question, whether they require it or not in the PD. Any facade articulation required, and if yes, what percentage? That's actually zoning. Any restrictions on a specific color of the building? That's a zoning question. And any restrictions on, well, you asked that twice. Any restrictions on the color of the building? You asked that twice. But anyway, those are all zoning questions. So if I don't know if the board's still on the line, that's it.
I can go ahead
Okay,
and ask.
perfect.
What are the questions related to?
Okay. Is masonry, masonry is required. It says it's 3-coat cement stucco considered masonry. Vernon.
And what, hold on. What is that? What is that zoning? I thought it was straight. It's not a PD. Is that a PD?
Okay,
Yes, it is.
I don't know if it's in. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
They're asking if zoning satisfies that requirement.
Okay.
I mean, stucco.
I'll read up on the PD as staff talks and give them the codes related to that.
Okay, then they asked if any facade articulation is required. If yes, what percentage?
Okay. Let me look at that. Thanks.
Okay, and the last one is any specific color for the building required?
I'll read the details of the PD and follow up before the end of this meeting.
Vernon, you're the best. Do you have any specific questions for building?
Nope.
Well, you guys have a great day. You guys have a great day and have a great rest of the meeting. Hopefully Vernon will get those answered for you. Sorry, those weren't addressed when Deborah was there. I was looking at the questions as she was finishing up. So, and I should have interrupted. I hate to interrupt. So anyway, thanks, Vernon.
Thank you, buddy. Appreciate you, man.
Thank you. We're going to go back to Rick with fire. Hi, Rick. Can you hear us?
I can. Can you hear me, Irma?
Yes, we can. Now we can.
Okay. My apologies. As Buddy had stated, we're showing a 2B, type 2B construction, a little bit over 3,700 square feet. Automatic sprinkler protection is not required. The fire hydrants are actually, since we got the site plan up here, oops, sorry. Okay, on the site plan, the fire lane, is the fire lane entering from your neighbor's property?
This is what's showing. Supposed to go from the fire lane.
Hi, can you tell me if your fire lane is entering from your neighbor's property?
No, that was actually not the right one.
Okay, because actually a 150-foot long dead-end fire lane is actually all that's required. That would meet your 150-foot hose lane. So if you just wanted to show the fire lane from South Polk straight in 150 feet, it wouldn't have to traverse around the entire perimeter of the building. As Vernon said, we've got 2 fire hydrants in Polk. The only requirement there is without automatic sprinkler protection. All points of the exterior of the structure must be within 400 feet of the fire hydrant as we attach the fire hose to the hydrant and then drive to the most remote portion of the building. So that's all I have for fire. Do you have any questions of me?
We don't have any questions. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Have a good day. Good luck.
Thank you, Rick. Next, we're going to move on to landscaping, and we have Kevin online. Hi, Kevin.
Hello, can y'all hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Hello. Okay, awesome. The PD for this track just refers to Article 10 for your landscaping. So you will be required a 10-foot street buffer zone located from your property line going into the property. Your street buffer zone needs to have street buffer trees at 1 per 40 feet of frontage. I think, is there overhead electric at the street? I can't remember. If there's overhead electric, you have to use 2 small trees for every 1 required large tree. They all just go inside that buffer. Your site trees are 1 per 4,000 square foot of your lot size. And your street buffer trees can count as site trees as long as everything's located on your lot. And then you'll be required design option points based off your lot size. It looks from your plan, it looks like you're trying to screening a parking that's worth 5 design option points. I don't see any issues with this site on Article 10. Just be sure you show your visibility triangles, any public utilities, Make sure all of the required trees follow the tree spacing requirements listed in 51A-10.104. Do I have any questions, comments, concerns for landscaping right now?
Yeah, can I receive a list of approved trees for the project?
One more time, what was that?
I need the list of approved trees.
Okay, yeah, I'll send that in my notes.
Okay.
All right, well, thank y'all.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kevin. As I mentioned at the beginning of the meeting, you will get written notes from staff, and I'll be sending it to you within 5 business days after today's meeting.
And so this is Vernon. I'm back. I'm looking at the standards. I have not come across any standards that limit the color. Development use of property must comply with the conceptual plan. Look like you're in track 3. So there are no limitations as far as facade or the color. Is there something specific you're thinking there?
No. What do you have for me?
Well, not exactly. Not exactly. Just we're trying to find out that there's any restriction on any color.
And no, there are not. So you guys are good. There was another question though. I wasn't quite sure of how he posed that. Does someone have those that other one available? I think it was about facade.
Yeah, Vernon, it's Buddy. It says masonry requirement. It is 3-coat cement stucco considered as masonry. So I don't know if there was masonry required or
No, there is no masonry.
That's the question.
Okay. No, there's no masonry. There is no masonry requirement. So you guys are good to go.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Vernon. So this concludes our meeting for today. Thank you, everybody. Thank you to staff for adjusting their schedule to this rescheduled pre-development meeting that we were supposed to have last Wednesday. Thank you, everybody, and thank you, the developer, for selecting our pre-development meeting process. Yes, go ahead.
So the lot now is under 8330 South Polk. That's the right address.
Yes, that is the address that it was issued.
I'm gonna send it.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
8330 South Polk.
Okay, I appreciate it.
And we thank you guys for choosing to develop in Dallas. If you need anything from our team, we're available. If you think of another question or what have you, feel free to reach out to Irma and we'll put you in contact with the appropriate staff.
I appreciate you all. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good day.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.